This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys. Now last class we discussed about the all these commands, right? Again we are going to discuss all commands once again. We'll go for some other commands today, and even we are going to discuss about the Docker Hub today, and we are pushing our image to the Docker Hub also. Okay. Now you guys have created Docker Hub account. Anyone? Anyone guys? Docker Hub account you guys have created? Now. Okay, fine. We'll ask later. Okay. Then how you can practice, Jagdish? Hmm? Okay, I will show you today. Okay, now this what is the once you install the Docker, how we can check using this command? What will happen? It will show the which version you are installing the Docker. I will executing the one command as well. Okay, now let me take care of our services. Connecting, copy, sh command, open that. This is sh tool, mobile desktop, start local terminal. Let me go to my key path. My keys are located in this DevOps AWS keys. Here, my this key is located into this path. Right now, I'm going to log in this node. Yes. Now, let's check with the Docker-v. What it will show this command? This command will give us which version you are installing the Docker in your mission. Right? Docker-v. Now, this is the version we install in the Docker. Right? Then we discussed about the what Docker info. This Docker info, what will give? It will give the complete information about Docker mission in your local mission, right? How many images we have, how many containers we have, okay? How many containers you stopped, how many images we have there, how many stopped containers are there, how many images we have, how many running containers are there, how many total containers are there. Total containers means stopped containers and the running containers. Okay, everything, all information, what is the network it is using, what is the file system it is using. It's give the complete about your Docker daemon service level. Okay, then next, I'm repeating all commands. Okay, just this is the command what it will give. This will give the all images in your local mission. What are the images you downloaded? What are the images you created? That images will be displayed here. Okay, these are the images with Ubuntu. Okay, and this is the latest version, and this is the 18.04 version. CentOS and the Hello World and this clock image. We downloaded the all these images, right? And these images will give the list of images. Okay, list of images. Just search with the ls, this image ls. There is no any on this command. Okay, this is the Docker images. Okay, now next, this is for the we'll discuss about the Docker Hub today. Okay, this is we'll discuss, even we already discussed this, and we are going to this is a Docker Hub. What is Docker Hub? It is a all images we are storing into the Docker Hub, right? Now we need to create a Docker Hub account. If you want to download any already existing images, the publicly available images, like as all softwares, all what are the flavors of Linux missions you want to download, how we can download as a Docker images? We need to be go to the Docker Hub, search particular image, and we need to download that. How we are going to do? For example, Java Docker image. Just search like this, and it will go to the Docker Hub page. Now it will go to Docker Hub page, and we need to select the particular tag. Which one is the tag that is we are going to discuss, right? Which is the tag is a lightweight image that we need to image select, and we need to download here. This is all my Docker Hub is came here. Now search Java This is a Java related images. This is my account. Okay, if you're not, then also we'll get it, right? This is the image. We need to download the how to image download OpenJDK software. We need to Docker pull that image name. By default, if you're not giving any tag, what is the tag name? It will come latest tag name. It will come the download, right? We already discussed these things, right? Okay, fine. Next, and this Ubuntu, that like this we downloaded the Ubuntu image. Okay, and how we can, why you are using the Docker PS here? We are using the Docker PS for what? Let me do here. I'm going to download the one more 14.04 or 02. Let me download it here. I'm going to download the one more image. If it is this tag will be find out, it will be pull it 14.04 image. It is be pulling now, right? This image will be pulling now. How much size it was there? Check the Docker images again. That image extra will come now. This is the Ubuntu 14.04 version also we downloaded successfully. Okay, then next, which command we are going to use? This Docker PS. How you can check the Docker PS? How many containers are running my system? Docker PS command, why you are going to use? How many containers? When container will be run using the Docker run command, then we are converting to our, let me run the Docker run command. Docker run -d. I'm going to run the background level -d. Then next guys, hyphen name my Ubuntu old underscore old. I'm going to give this, and I'm going to, this is the name. Okay, hyphen name. This is my own container name, and then I'm going to run as the enter it here. And then what we need to do? We need to give what? Our image name, Ubuntu colon 14.04. That image name we need to give. This is my container name. This is my image name, and I'm running in the background. Okay, I'm running in the background. Let's see what will happen. It will run. It will be stopped, right? Let me check. How to check the containers? Docker PS. How many containers are running? These are the containers are running. Okay, what about my Ubuntu old image? It will be done. It is run and stopped because of we are not opening the terminal. If you want to see the stopped containers, we need to see the Docker PS -a. Just now this is the one Ubuntu 14.1, right? Now this is the my Ubuntu old, whatever we created the container, it was existed 1 second ago, 70 seconds ago, right? This one, right? If you want to check the stopped containers or running containers both, we are going to use the Docker PS -a. If you want to see the only running containers, Docker PS. Running containers, Docker PS, right? This is what. And q Docker PS -q, which command will do? What it will give the only IDs. This container IDs only it will print it. Now -aq, it will give the stopped and running containers IDs. It will give. Okay, it will give the only running containers ID. If you want to see the stopped containers ID also, we are going to use the -aq. And then I'm going to use the -l. It will give the latest running command. It will give this latest container, like whatever it is running, it will be the latest container. Okay, latest container ID, and the name it will give us. Okay, latest -l means latest. Okay, it was existed. And if you want to see the logs for this, what will do? Docker logs, right? We'll see that. Just I'm repeating all. If you want to search any image, which command we are going to use? Docker search. From where it will search? It will search in the Docker Hub. Docker search. I'm going to search with the what? Let me search with the Tomcat. Okay, these many Tomcat images are there. Where it is, these images are located? These images are located in the where? In the Docker Hub. If you want to download this Docker, what is the command? Docker pull. Docker pull Tomcat. If you're not giving this Tomcat any one of this here, what will happen? It will be download the latest tag. See, using default tag is the latest. If you're not specifying the any version in front of Tomcat colon something, it will download the latest version. Okay, latest version will be download. This is the image is going to be download. Yes, Tomcat is downloaded. Now that like that, you need to search and we need to download that. You don't have any browser and all. How we can search? Through command line using the Docker search. And how to run this container? Docker run -it. What is -it? Interactive terminal. Okay, interactive terminal we need to open here. Then this is the -name. If you're not giving the name, what will happen? It will give the one random name for us. One random name for us. Instead of that, I need to my custom name. We are going to specify the -name and this option, right? And then next, this is what? Same. This is a syntax. This is a command. Okay. If you want to exit without stopping container, we need to press the Control P, Control Q. Okay. Then next, Docker PS. Now you need to log in the running containers. How we can go? We need to check with the Docker PS first, and then see the container. What is the container is running? Now go to that running container. What is the command we are going to use? Docker exec-it and container ID, and then last, what is the shell it was using? That shell. Okay, command bash. Now I am where I am this, not in the Ubuntu mission. I am in the my container. I am inside the container now. If you want to log in running container, how we are going to use? Docker exe. This is a very important command. We are going to use the real time maximum time. If you want to already there is a hundreds of containers running in the one mission. If you want to go particular container, you want to see that some configuration is modified or not, like as container is writing the logs or not, something is going inside the container, you want to go and check in that some cron tab you are configured or not. If you want to check those kind of things, we need to go the inside container. For that, what we need to go? Use Docker exec and -it. This is a container ID and bash. Even you can use the container name also, or even you can use the like starting three letters, 2 letters also. It will work. Okay, that we are done. Now, if you want without stopping, how we can come up? Control P Q. Control P Q. Right. This is that. And what is the Docker commit? It will be used. Docker commit we are going to use for the creating a new container on existing, creating a new image on existing running container. Because of I downloaded the Ubuntu software, and that Ubuntu you install some whatever you required software you install. Then I need to make that Ubuntu mission and also my custom softwares. I need to make it a both thing into one image. That image we are going to create that using the Docker commit. This is -m is message, this message, and this is the what are the Ubuntu container is running that container, and this is new Docker image. This Docker image. If you run this image, what will happen? As a container, that will be run along with the software and your custom software, Ubuntu software along with the custom softwares. Right? Now this is how we run the some of the containers. Okay. And we check with the Docker logs for this clockwise. Okay, and if you want to see the live logs, we are going to use the -follow command and the tail command. If you want to see if you don't want to see the old logs and all, just we need to the latest logs from last line onwards. We are going to use the tail -m and tail -1 or 10. What are the how many you want? By default, it's a 10 lines. If you want to make it the only one, you can one, and follow -follow or both are the same. This is a container ID. Okay, if you want, I will show this now. Docker PS. Now this is I want to see the live logs on this container. Okay, this container ready. Docker logs -follow this container ready. It will go for the live logs. It will go for the live logs. This within seconds is time will be printing. Right, this is the container what it will that inside the program what they've written the program for printing the UTC time. Okay, now let me tail 1. What happened? This it will give the from, this is the latest live logs it will be printing. This is the from long back it is running, right? All the logs will be printing. Like you don't want to old logs. This is the 20th date logs, right? Now you want to see the only current time logs. It will be printing this. You want to see the current live logs. What exactly application is writing the currently right now. Those logs we want to see. We can use for the hyphen tail. And if it is 10 days logs, what will happen? Your hyphen follow. It will print the 10 days logs. After that, it will print the current logs, right? You don't want to print the old logs. You don't want to see at all. Now you want to see the troubleshoot the latest to writing the logs. You need to use for the hyphen follow hyphen tail 1. Okay. Tail 1 means it will give the from last line onwards. It will print as a output for us, right? This is the whatever we discussed. Because of 2-3 days gaps came, right? Now just I remind you all things in one place. Now we are going to discuss about the sum of the commands now. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the sum of Docker Hub. Okay, Docker Hub, what is Docker Hub and how to create a Docker Hub account, and also we are going to discussing now. Okay, this Docker Hub, what we are storing the Docker images, and also this is the publicly available, okay, and anyone can download the your images. If you store into the Docker Hub, anyone can download the images, and this will give the 5 images we can store as a private. Now only you can only download these images. No one can't be see your images. Only 5. Okay, if you more than that, you need to be pay for them. You want to make it your all images are private, you should be buy the license from them, and we can make it everything is a private images, right? Okay, fine. We are going to discuss about our private repository also, that we are going to discuss in the further classes. As of now, we are going to working on the Docker Hub, right? This will work as a client server architecture. Now before going to do, we are going to sign up the Docker here. We need to go to Docker Hub sign in, search with the Docker Hub sign in. Even we discussed already. Let me create a one Docker Hub here. Sign into Docker Hub. I'm going to sign out, log out. This is my old account. Sign up to Docker Hub. Now here I'm going to give this 798977 my ID. Only it's a numeric numbers it will take in. Earlier it was taking the other also. Now I'm going to my password. My Gmail ID, and then agree this privacy. This is optional. I'm not a robot. Okay, just create a account now. This email address already associated with the another account. Okay, I'm going to create the account. Then click that. This one we need to ask him that some of the pages. India. Now this developer, this DevOps. build and release engineer, Docker experience, just getting started, just anything. Okay, then we need to check our mails. That mail I confirm or not, just 1 second, let me confirm the mail. It will send you one confirmation mail. We need to be go to that mail. Yes, I configure in that mobile. I'm confirming it through mobile. Now I'm going to sign in this. Let me and then whatever I am giving to username password when we are creating the account. Yes, we created a successfully username my account. Okay, I don't have any images as of now in this. I don't have any repositories. I don't have any images in this. This is a fresh Docker Hub account, right? This is the fresh Docker Hub account, right? I don't have any repositories. Okay, let it be here, and I'm going to my console now. Okay, let me stop here. ls-ltr, sorry, Docker images, right? Let me search Docker images. Guys, very important. Docker images. Now this is custom image, right? Figlet Ubuntu is the custom image. Now what I feel, I want to take a backup of this image inside my Docker Hub. I want to push this image to my Docker Hub. Now,
hello Madhu. Hello. Hello, yes Madhu. His screen is not visible properly.
Sorry,
His screen is not visible properly.
maybe yours was having some now I don't have any issues in my end. Okay, guys, anyone having facing issue? Guys, confirming fast. No, right? Are you able to see my screen right properly? Yeah,
Yeah,
because
we are
of
able to see you.
I have good internet connection here. Okay, yeah, fine, thanks guys. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to push my custom image to my Docker Hub. How? Before pushing that, what we need to, we need to log in here. We need to Docker login. This command we need to be enter, then only we are able to push. Let me push it. Let me push it. If you want to push the image, what command we are going to use here? Same how we are going to push the Docker git commands, right? Git push origin master, right? Git push and this that image name. What is the image name? Figlet Ubuntu, whatever we created, right? That Figlet Ubuntu. I want to push this image. Let me try this image. Okay, requested access to be resources denied. Requested access to be resource denied because we need to be login first. Again, if you log in also, it will throw the same error. I will show that. Okay, why? Under Docker login, and it will ask the username password of our Docker Hub 798977. This is my user ID. Okay, and my password. And remember, your username password should be remember. Okay, now I log in the succeeded. I log in succeeded. Now I'm going to push again. Push Figlet Ubuntu. It won't at all pushed. It won't at all pushed because of this. Before pushing this image, you must be add the your username in front of the image ID. Okay, the same image you need to be pushed into the your user ID 798977 / my Figlet Ubuntu. Now like this, you need a image. You need a like this image because of you must be provide the your username in front of the your image. Now like this you need to, before creating the image only, we should be create like this. Okay, while building that, while committing Docker committing, okay, that time we should be creating not Figlet Ubuntu. You must be create like this. You must be create a like this. Now what happened? I forgot to create a like this. How can I create the, this is how to like rename the my image name, how to create a new image on existing image, how to create a new image on existing image. Okay, now here we are going to use the command called as docker tag, and this Figlet Ubuntu, this is Figlet Ubuntu already existing image, and then this is a new image. Like this I want to create a new image. Okay, clear guys? Now I already have this image. I want to create a new image on existing image, like cp command, right? How you are using the cp command and move command, same kind of docker tag. I'm going to create a new tag like this. Okay, now this is the new image, and this is one, because if you're not giving any version here, what is the default? It is the latest. For example, I'm going to give the v1. Let me create a v1 image. Now run this command. Now you guys are clear, right? This is, I already have the existing image in my local images. Now what happened? Like this I can't be pushed my image to my, sorry, Docker Hub. No, it must be, the image name should be like this. You must be provide your username and then image name. It can be anything that your wish. Okay, it should not be the same. It can be anything. Okay, like for example Figlet JMS, I'm going to give example. It's not required the same name. That is your wish. That is your wish. Let me try this. Let me try this. Okay, copy. Yes, yes. What does mean here? This image name should be the lowercase. This is also should be remember. This Docker image, anywhere Docker image name should be in lower images, lowercase. Okay, Docker images should be lowercase. Okay, it's created. Check that command. How to check the Docker images now? Which command, guys? How to check the Docker images in my local machine? What is the command? Docker images. What is the image we created? This is the image we created just now, v1 version, right? How to push this image? Using the command docker. Let me write it here. Docker push, and then this image, complete image name. Guys, you don't forget the your, this is tag also. Okay, because of if for example I will show this now, if I forgot here, what it will show? I am unable to find out this image. Okay, it is unable to find out the image, latest image. Okay, it is unable to find, like it will search the 798977 Figlet JMS Ubuntu latest, but I don't have a latest image here. I have a v1. Let me enter here. What it will try? It's pushing. Maybe we created a, let's see. Oh, yes, it's pushed. If you're not taking anything also, how? It is not there. Okay, maybe if you're, whatever it may be there, it will be pushed. Okay, earlier it was throwing that error, that image is not found on the local. Let me try another one. Let me create a new one. See, after pushing that image, you must be specify the tag. In real time, you must be specify with the how we are going to push v1. Okay, we are specify with the version also. Okay, thus specify the version also. Okay, let it be. I will show that what will happen. What will happen? Just refresh this here, repositories. Now see, the Figlet JMS Ubuntu came here. See, yes, if you're not giving that whatever it has, it will be taking v1. Okay, it is find out the v1 here. Tags is the v1, right? Now if you want to download anyone, you guys can be download my, this is the docker pull Docker pull, and this image name you can use, anyone can download and they can use the my image. If you want to download this image, what you guys will do, just run this pull and then you can download this image directly from my Docker Hub. Anyone can download this and anyone can be use this image. Okay, now what it contains, it contains my Ubuntu software along with the Figlet software. Ubuntu software along with the Figlet software we install and we make the new image along with the our Figlet and Ubuntu. Clear guys? Now let me create one more. And I'm going to create the same tag and I'm going to give the v2. What happened? Error passing the reference. Format repository name must be the lowercase. Yeah. JMS. Right. Now, before pushing this one, right? Now, if, for example, I'm trying this. See, what has been here? If you are not specify the particular version, what it will do, it will push the all the versions. Okay, this is the latest feature. Maybe okay, it's not be earlier, it not be like that. This is, they maybe change the latest version. This is the latest version feature. Got it? Okay. Now what will happen if you not specify the any version here? It will be search the what are the images we have in the local machines. All images it's pushing. All images it is pushing. Now search here, it should become the v1 and v2. Just refresh the page. It should come the v2 also. Now v2 also. Okay, now you guys are thinking this, why this layer already existed, what we discussed about the, this is the complete like a memcache, right? If you image one, this layer it's already pushed in the Docker Hub, again it won't push, that's what we discussed, right? Libraries are shareable in the Docker images, and that one command you are build that one time, the same command if you are using for the another Docker file also, it won't at all create the new one, it will use the already existing layer only. That is the what we are reducing the lot of resources, reducing the usage of lot of resources. Okay, that is the main beauty of the Docker. Clear guys? Clear how we are going to create our images and push to the Docker Hub Clear now? And I'm going to give the one documentation. Let me show you. This is very good documentation from scratch. Whatever I'm going to prepare that notes also, I'm going to give that. Let me because of I should be give this book. Actually, Docker introduction is the one book is there. That book is this Docker introduction. Okay, this is the book from the this pages from the all. This is Docker guys only. Okay, it's a complete all about the very nice documentation. Okay, just simply go this one by one. Okay, like as what is -IT, it will give the open the std input. Okay, and the sudo terminal we are going to open all commands. Okay, this Figlet only we discussed, right? Even I learned from this lot of things in this documentation. Complete, there is a complete Docker inside there. Okay, very nice, right? If you press the control C, what will happen? It will stop the content. If you don't want that, you can use from the control PQ. Okay. These are -D, all options, whatever we discussed, right? All this, how much we have discussed, let me show you. This also we discussed, right? See, okay. And here one more, this is a very important, how to stop run kill, right? When we are going to kill the container, if you want to kill the container, and we already discussed, right? If you, for example, very important question also, Docker PS, right? Now if you want to kill this container, what you must do, you must be stop, and then only it can be removed, right? Then only we can be able to remove, right? If you want to directly using the Docker kill command, let me do Docker kill and this container ID. If you want to kill this, it will not kill, right? Why? Still. Or it is asking to the forcefully, right? Running container. Let me try. Running container, we can't stop the earlier, right? Even we are seeing the last class. What's happening? They updated, I think, man. Docker, it is killing. Okay, if you are not able to kill the softwares, let me do. What you must do, you must be stop and then killing, right? Now this time it's not at all asking. It's killing. Okay, unstop. And see guys, while killing it's immediately it's done, right? Now while stopping, what it will do, it will wait the 10 seconds. It will wait the 10 seconds and it will be stopped. That is the main difference between the stop and kill. Okay, and I will show this documentation, right? See, the first one is stop the container immediately by using the kill signal, and the second one is the more gracefully it send the terminal signal after 10 seconds. If the container has not stopped, it send the kill. Okay, it will wait for the 10 seconds to kill our container, right? That is a stop and kill, the difference, very important. This is the what kill will be do that immediately it will done. Kill will be do the immediately done. Okay, sorry, not killing time it won't ask. What will do, Docker remove time, right? Docker RA-F, right? While removing, it will ask that you need to be stopped, then only we are going to be removed, right? Killing and stopping won't ask the forcibly. Yes, correct, clear, I remember. Okay, now all these command guys, whatever we discussed, right? All these commands. And detaching from a container means we are detached from the control PQ. Okay, that is the detaching and attaching the container. Okay, if you want to, again you want to attach that, you can use for the attach and container ID. Okay, then you want to see the terminal, you want to go for again terminal attaching and detaching. It's also very important concept. If you want to detach, we are going to use for the control PQ. If you want to attach, we are going to use the Docker attach and then container ID. It will show the, again it will go for the terminal. Okay, detaching from the non-interactive terminal, control PQ. This start. Okay, if you already, for example, any container will be, let me show you. Docker ps -e. Okay, this is for example this container, right? You want to start it again. Okay, you want to start it again. How we are going to use, using, we can using the Docker start. Docker start and container ID. What will happen, you will start the container again. No need to be run the Docker run command again. You can use for the Docker start command, Docker ps. Let's see here. See. Okay, if you want to like start, stop, restart, we can use for the anything here. Okay, this is whatever we discussed, right? This is in-depth level. Okay, this is the in-depth level of course. Okay, complete Docker documentation it is there. Now this is our going to use how to create the containers using the Docker commit and Docker build. We are going to use for the Docker build also. Then let me start with the Docker build also. Okay. Before building, we must know the some of the how to write the Docker file. What is the instruction of the Docker file? That you must be learning about the Docker file. Right. Now, up to now what we learn? We learn the already existing images we worked, right? Now I don't want to the already existing one. What I want to do? I want to write my own program. I want to execute my own program with my Docker file with my custom image, right? For that, what you need to do? We must be written the Docker file. DOCKER FILE. The file name should be like this. The file name should be like this, Docker file, right? In this file, what it contains? This is a plain text file. It is there is no any extension on this. It is a plain text file. The file name should be the Docker file. What it contains here? Okay, what is contains here? Okay, what it will happen? It is the command and instructions. Okay, this command and the instruction and commands, right? Commands are instruction. Okay, let me show you. Okay, this is the all Docker commands. It will come like this. Here, for example, from is the one command, and then which is the from here. This is we are calling as a the first line in the Docker file is the from command. The first line is the Docker file related in the from command. Why? We need to specify with the which is the base image you are going to use the to build your image. Base image means what? For example, if you want to create the any Linux machine, we need to take the any OS, right? Like as guest OS we are telling, right? That is a guest OS we need to, like here we don't need to write the install any guest OS here. Just we specify the use this image as a base image. On this base image we are going to install the our own add our files like as file1.txt, like for example hello world.java, for example, and dot. This is the inside container. Okay, inside the container. This is my current path. I have the Java class file. This is the Java class file, and this is the my inside the. I need to add. Add means add and copy. We are going to use the any one of this add and copy. We are going to discuss about the difference between the add and copy. It's very important interview question also. We are going to discuss that. Okay, add, copy, run. This is a very important interview point of view questions. Okay, there is some difference are there. Add and copy. We are going to discuss that. Okay, and then next, what we are going to use? We are going to use the run command. Okay, then run command. What we'll do here? We are going to use the lot of commands. From command is the base image. This is the I am going to use the use. This is a my base version of Linux flavor. This can be anything. You can use the like as Ubuntu, CentOS, BusyBox. Okay, what are the flavor you want to take? We can take it here. Okay, and this is a if you want to take the lightweight here, we are going to use the Alpine Linux. I'm going to use the both. We'll discuss later on this. Okay, Alpine Linux. We are going to discuss later on this. This Alpine is one of the flavor of Linux image. Okay. Now here, if you want to run the this Java class, what we need to do? We provide the Java C command, and then this is my class name, right? And it will work on the current path wherever it was there. That current path it will search, it will get it. If you are providing any path and all, we need to provide the working directory. Okay, we are going to provide the working directory, and then where that working directory will be, take it as a CD command. Okay, working directory as a CD command. We'll discuss that later on. Okay, it will be I'm putting this inside the container current path. You see inside the container. Okay, this will be search in the Java C command in the current path. Then next cmd command, and then Java, and then hello world. This is the code we need to write, and before this we must be written the hello world dot java class also, right? Now create a one file here. In Linux mission, I'm going to write a one code here, Java code here I'm going to write. And guys, no worries about this coding and all. Okay, just I'm going to take as an example, okay, because of we don't have any developers, right? I'm make it as a developer. Even I'm going to give the code. If you want, you can take it from my GitHub. Okay, and if you don't want to take my GitHub also, I'm going to show you like where we need to take this code. It got signed out. Okay, insert mode. I need a Java code, right? Just I'm going to search here. Just search like this. Hello world Java GitHub. This guy, take from this guy code. Hello world Java. He already written the code. Just copy paste this. I'm going to copy this code and pasting there. But there is a class name and I'm going to give the small name, right? I'm going to change this here. If you want, like as whatever it may be, the class name and the file name should be same. Or else while compiling, at least we need to provide the file name, and runtime we are going to provide the class name. Okay, that will be very confused for you. Just make it as a here. Hello world. Okay, both are same, class name and the file name. Okay. Now what I print? If I print that here, it will print that hello. This is the code, Java code. This is the system.out.println means it will print the whatever this message is there while running the. If you run the your container, it will print the hello world message. Okay. Instead of hello world, I'm going to change the hello JMS take home. Okay, JMS take home. Okay, just save the file. Okay, I save this file. If you want to execute this command manually, how we are going to do? We are going to compile and runtime, right? Java C and then this command, and we are running this, right? If you want to do same thing in the using the Docker, how we are going to do? Okay, all instruction we are specifying inside the Docker file. All instruction we are specifying inside the Docker file. I need a one OS here, and I need we are going to use the any one of the here. And you before running your Java classes, what you need to do? You need a Java base image here, not Ubuntu. You must be provide the Java base image here, or else you need to be install Java here. We need to write the all instructions to install your Java first. Java software you need to be installed, right? For that we need to provide the run command, install OpenJDK, and then we need to provide the Java home path, and then everything we need to be taken up. Instead of that, what we are going to do? We are going to take the any one of the Java base image. Okay, this one, right? Okay, OpenJDK 7. Let me take the OpenJDK 7. This is we'll discuss later this. Okay, we'll discuss later. Then what we'll provide? We are providing here. Here the base image is the OpenJDK 7. Okay, now let me write the Docker file here. Okay. Just I'm going to write the 3 lines of code here. Upcoming classes we are going to write the minimum 10-15 lines of the here. Just I'm instructing here how this is our wrapping our own custom Docker image. Our wrapping our own custom Docker image. Even though the people whatever the OpenJDK guys what they've written their own Docker file. How they've written, even that is also we can able to see that. Okay, even we can able to see that. If you go here tags here, Here we can see the here and the tags OpenJDK 13A, it will give the 426 MB software was there. This was the 6 GB, about 2 GB, 3 GB software size. We need to select with the very lightweight one. Okay, just 72 MB JRE slim scratch slim stretch slim butter. There is a lot of things are there. Slim butter stretch. What I'm trying to show you here, we are going to click on the code also. Somewhere we are able to see this code. Even we can see here, see. Okay, just if you click here, how they written the instructions, we are able to see here. Okay, they use the Oracle Linux 7 Slim base image they are taking and run command. Okay, and for they're installing Java. What they did, they install the Java version, Java URL, and they did the SH226. They will compare that that original or duplicate. Then next, what they did, they are set the environment variables, and then next they run the directly J shell, and they're running the Java software, and they provide the instruction same kind of things. This is the environment variables they set up, that env and all that we are going to discuss the all the commands. Okay, and we are going to use the directly this image. Okay, like that. Okay. We are directly, they already written this image. On top of that, we are going to use this image. Okay, on top of that, we are going to use the here if you want to take. I'm going to create the two Docker files. Okay, that we're going to discuss later. Here, right? I'm going to show the difference also. Okay. Shit. Okay. This is the command and run has the two forms. One is the shell form, and another one is the executable form that I am going to discuss later on. What happened? This run command and add all are having the shell form and exe form. Two forms are there. We'll discuss it later. Okay, don't misunderstand here. Two forms is there every command. What is that? This is a shell form. If you want to that executable form, at the final end you must be specify with the executable form. Okay, and this double quotes should be there, and at the end of the Docker file you must be having the cmd or entry point. Okay, what is this? This is the executable value. Every Docker file having the at the end, it should be the cmd command or entry point command. What is that? It should have the cmd or entry point at the end. Every Docker file, it having the very important. At the starting, it should be the from command. At the end it should be the cmd or entry point. At the end it must be the cmd or entry point. We'll discuss the difference between the cmd and entry point, and both having the shell form and the exe form, and we'll discuss that what is the difference between that. Okay, tomorrow class we are going to do this. Okay, I've written the separate notes for this only this only exe form shell form only I've written the my custom notes, and that is will going to show you tomorrow. Okay, okay, just remember at the end Bashir, I will upload that, Bashir. Okay, I will upload the documentation. Yeah, sure. Okay, now even I didn't upload from them also. I will do today. Okay, I will do both, guys. Okay, you can search from the your own URL. Okay, your batch URL. Okay, then next cmd and entry point. See, this is the first command of the Docker file is the from. At the end it must be the cmd or entry point. Why? This is the finally when you run the container, this is the command only execute as a output. This is the command. What is the last line is the Docker file. That is the executable. Remember, that is the executable. Executable. Very, very important. At the end, whatever we are providing, that is the executable. This is the, we are calling as a base image. We are calling as a first command is the base image. What is image we are going to building? That is the base image. And this is the all of the instructions to create my copying the files, executing the files, installing some softwares, uninstalling some softwares, comparing the files, removing some files, copying some files, okay, and then port numbers, volumes creation, everything. All instruction we are writing the between from command and the cmd or entry point command. All instructions, what are the you want to create as a Docker image, your own custom Docker image, that is we are going to creating using the all instructions here. We are going to discuss all command, we are going to discuss, okay, from add, copy, that is we are going to discuss that tomorrow. Okay, clear guys? Now let me delete this. Okay, now just first we need to create the Docker file here. Lost signed out. It got signed out, guys. Actually this AWS is going to sign out after some time. Just 5 minutes, guys. I will take 5 minutes of your time. Let it be done. Let me build our own custom Docker image using our custom Docker file. In day-to-day activities, this is your work. Okay. In real time, you need to write your own custom Docker file. Okay. Already existing Docker file anyone can do. Okay. This is we need to be take care of this. What is the command we need to use? How we are going to install? What is the executable? What are the ports we are going to assign? What is the volumes we are going to create? I will teach you everything, but carefully listen. Okay. Okay. We are going to discuss all and each and every difference also. Okay. Very, very, very important. Complete your future in your lifetime. This Docker will be give the best place in the market. Okay. Okay, guys. Now let me create one directory mkdir test app. Okay, cd test app. I'm going to vi Docker file. Just insert mode. Just copy this code. Whatever we written the custom one. What is this here? Just base image uses the OpenJDK base image. In this OpenJDK, what it contains? We discussed, right? Figlet Ubuntu. Like that, what they did, they will take the one their own Linux, and then they install the Java on that image. Okay, it contains that this image contains Java and Linux mission. Two things is are there. Whatever we done the Ubuntu Figlet, right? Kind of thing. Okay. Now what I did, we written the one Java class. That Java class I'm going to copy, add and copy, both are the same. Copying the file from the your local machine to inside the Docker container. Okay, Docker container or image you can think. Okay, we are making as a copying this, copying the files into your local machine to Docker image. We are going to copy this. Okay, this is the inside the container path. Okay, we can't see this path. After running as a container only we can able to see this path. We'll discuss that later on. Okay, now I'm going to run this Java C. What is the command? These two commands why we require? Compiling the Java code and running the Java code. These two commands is important for. If you don't know this command, the developer will give that what is the command they want to execute finally. Okay, if you don't know any command, okay, no worries about this. Okay, this is for compiling the Java code and running the Java code. These two commands we need to be follow this. Okay, now just copy this code. Go to here, insert here. Okay, and this is the correct, right? Semicolon only, right? Let it be go back. Okay, let it be. Okay, now let me save this file. Docker file we written, and then even though we are going to little bit back on CP, copying the, I'm going to copy this hello world class we written, right, to where inside our test tab. Okay, let me lsfl here. Okay, I'm going to cd test tab folder. Inside these files, inside this folder, what are things I have? One Docker file and one hello world. Okay, because of I'm going to copying the current path to inside the Docker file, right? Source to destination. Where is the source? Wherever we have in the same Docker file path, I'm going to give. If you are in the some other path, we need to give the absolute path of the your Docker file path. This is the class file path. Okay, this is I have already having the current folder only. Okay, where is my Docker file? That's why I'm doing. If for example you have that this file in the user and the EC2 user, for example hello world Java, you can give the complete path of the where you are located the file. Okay, clear guys? This is fine. Now go to here, and then next what we'll do, we need to create as a one image. We need to create as a one image. If you want to create your custom image, which command we are going to use? We are going to use the not docker commit. That docker commit we are going to use for the running container. You want to create as an image on top of running container, we are going to use the docker commit. Here we are going to use docker build hyphen it, and then not it hyphen t, I think terminal only hyphen it. Let me do. Okay, hyphen it won't work. I will show this, it won't work the I. Okay, and then what we need to do, we need to give the our custom image name, my Java application. Okay, my Java application. Okay, now here before that, while creating only, we need to create the our, this is I told you, right, while creating image only we are going to give the our image. If you are not giving the any version here, it will get the latest one. And I need to provide the dot here. Why? This dot is indicate the where your docker file is located. Which docker file I need to take as a instruction to build the docker image. If your dot means the current path, search in the docker file, you can build my image. The search will the inside this folder, test app folder, and if it is any docker file here, take it as a input and create my image. That image name is what? This is my image name. This is my image name. Okay, let it be create now. It won't create hyphen it. Okay, this flag is wrong. We need to provide the hyphen t only. Okay, see this image, if you don't have, what it will do, this open jdk7 if you don't have and you specify inside the docker file, what it will do, it will find, it will search in the local. If it is not find out, it will be pull first. It will pull first, then only it will be build your image. Okay, it's very nice, right? Or else you need to be download also, it will work. Okay, see every what how many lines are there, that many steps will be created for us. We have the 4 lines are there. The 4 lines will be, this is the how many lines we are in the docker file, that many lines will be created the one layer. Okay, each layer will be, if for example if you some other example, I created the same docker file, but some like I will usually use for this layer, and these 3 layers, these commands are the same. What it will do, it won't create the again and again, it will take the already existing layers only. That I will show that. That is the beauty of the docker. Okay, now this is will run, right? Now see the docker images. See what is the image we created, my Java app. If you're not specifying the any version, it will get the latest 40 seconds ago we created. So let me run this. How to run this command, this image, our custom image? Okay, this is the very important, these 2 commands, docker run hyphen it, you want to see as a output, hyphen name, my application, and then this image name. If you're not specifying anything, latest is the image name it will take. Okay, okay, this is my image name. Let me run this now. what it should print? Hello JMS take home, it should be print as a output, and it will stop the container because of it's not running container, right? It is a simple console level application. It will run, it will stop automatically because of it is not continuously running, right? That we are going to see. Web application, we are going to see the continuously running. Okay, this see output is printed the hello JMS take home, and see the Docker PS and this container name my app is there. No, it is not there because of it is console level application, it's not running in the background, right? You can see that Docker PS -a. The -a is Java hello world is the last command. We are going to use the instruction. That instruction will be used here, that will be printed here and then existed here. If you want to see the logs again, Docker we can use for the Docker logs and then this container ID. This is the output we are printing that. Hello JMS take home. Where I've written this line of the code inside where hello world class. Here I've written this system not out println. I need to print the output of this inside the code. Okay, clear guys? And we'll build the same image into the okay. Let it be done. That is also just 1 minute. Okay, just 1 minute. Let me create the new image. You will get a difference between the base image. Okay, same here. I'm going to use the another flavor Alpine. Alpine is the base image I'm going to use. Same command. Okay, let me cp cd dot okay cp from capital R test app. Before that I'm going to make the directory and this test app Alpine. I'm going to create this directory and then cp test app cp -r. Then I'm going to copy all the files test app -alpine. Then I'm going to insert the test app -alpine folder. Inside I have the same code, right? Again see completely gone, right? Sorry, I forgot to go to inside and we need to open that. I forgot to slash here. If I put the slash then it will be that code on it will event. Okay, let it be go inside this also. Okay, then next lsfldr. I'm going to open the Docker file here. Here I'm going to use for the Alpine base image I'm changing. Okay, what is the difference between come to the this image and this image? Let me build the image. How to build the image? Docker build. I'm going to use for the Java app Alpine. This understanding purpose. Okay, this image is not there, it will download first. Open JDK7 Alpine image. I will show the difference between the base image. Okay, if I use that image, if I use this image, what is the difference between these two? Okay, now let's see here. If I run the output will be same. Okay, nothing will change. Okay, if you want to run Docker run -it no, if I'm not giving the name, what will happen? It will take the one random MC. The output will come same, but you want to find out here some difference between that image and this image, right? If your more images are there, you need to use the grep like yes Java app. Okay, this is true, right? And See guys, how much MB it was there? How much MB it was there? How much MB it was there? See the difference between these two. The same output, same image, same code, same output is printed. Now, how much size we reduce it? 475 to 147 MB we reduced. How? That is the base image, whatever we selected, right? That we need to select the very lightweight base image we need to select. Then only we can compress our Docker image size. Okay, very important point. In the interview also, they will ask the question how to choose the base image. Okay, we need to choose the very lightweight base image. What is the lightweight base image is there? Alpine Linux is the very lightweight. Even the latest will come the Scratch. Latest images are came Scratch and also Slim. Scratch and Slims also their latest. Okay, but in the market they are using the Alpha Linux is the very lightweight base image. Okay, clear? You guys, you got the difference between these two, right? Alpha and Linux base image and the normal base image. How much difference are there? Almost nearly 300 plus MB is saved, right? Nearly, I guess 250, 280 MB, right? Clear, right? We are going to discuss more and more tomorrow. Okay. Any questions, guys, for today class? You feel a little bit extra? Nothing. I repeated number of times. That's it. I discussed a little bit concept only, but I discussed the number of times.